Come on, we're going to the back. We took our cadets in our EMT class and simulated a response to a auto accident with a bus, and they had to triage and treat and transport the patients.
We're ending farther out, okay?
For cosmetology, we wanted to make it as realistic as possible. It's a really nice opportunity for us to even learn more abroad in the industry.
Have fun, scream and holler, act like you really are hurt.
I wasn't sure what was going on until I got out and I saw smoke, and the bus stop had a car crash with the van. I just didn't know what I was expecting, but then once I came out and saw everyone being organized, it made me it made everything a lot better and calm down.
I'd say the hardest part of today was managing everything. It gives you a very good idea of what you're getting into, and it is a very good way to see if you handle yourself well in these type of situations.
We can just have respond for them, see how long.
And our EMT program in its first year has really grown. Watching the students perform together as a team, it became one PWCS. It's our Health and Medical Sciences program. We are in a great situation. We want our kids to stay in Prince William. We want them to be part of our community, and we enrich them with the knowledge and skills to create their thriving futures.